Hi, my name is Alana, and I am from Harlem. I am a single parent of two, 23 and an 8-year-old. And I am currently employed at a nursing home, but what occupies my time more so is my children. And I was born in Newburgh, New York, but I was raised in Harlem, in Spanish Harlem, not too far from here, Johnson houses. And I was raised by my aunt, who is my father's sister. And she took me in when I was 2 weeks old. My father was in and out of jail. He was a heroin addict and a drug dealer, and was not around. My mom gave me up after she had me, so my father in turn brought me from Newburgh, New York down to the city, down to his sister's house, and she took me in. Growing up, she did the best she could for me by herself. I didn't need for anything. But when I was, I want to say like 8 or 9, that's when I was told that she wasn't my mother. And that's when things turned for me, as far as I was always an introvert, I was always been quiet or whatever. But when I found out that she wasn't my mom, I became angry. And I would fight in school or whatever the case may be. And as I grew older, I want to say my teenage years, I started basically giving myself to individuals that were not worthy, all because I was looking for that love that I felt I needed. And I did not like my father, but I found myself picking, it was just weird, latching on to individuals that were like him. And it wasn't until my father got sick, and he got sick in 2006. And it wasn't until he was in the hospital that I realized that he didn't do it on purpose, because he knew that he was not going to be able to take care of me. He gave me to somebody who could, but I didn't see it that way. So I would walk past him and not speak to him. I was so angry at him, because I figured, why? I'm not able to see my mom. You're in the area and I can't even see you. And I was just so angry. And it wasn't until he was in his dying bed that I realized it wasn't done on purpose. And he did it to save me. And he apologized to me. I went to apologize to him. He apologized to me. I don't live too far from the church, so one day I felt the need to go to church.
Why?
I was feeling down. I was feeling really down, and although I have friends, it's still, even though I can voice and express myself and they can give you their opinion or whatever the case may be, I still felt a void. I still felt empty. and I was really down and out. And so said I'm gonna go to church. I normally volunteer like to feed the homeless or what have you. I said, let me go to church. And I came to church, and it was 2014. And as I'm looking around, it was a guest speaker. I don't remember her name. I don't. Who I do remember is Elder Trot, Wendy Trot. When she spoke, the guest speaker was great. But when she spoke, she said something that just resonated. And I'm looking around and I see a bunch of women, and it felt good. Something just felt right. And I said, this is where I need to be. Because I was still hanging out, you know, still doing what I shouldn't have been doing. And I was still missing something. It was still a void. Now, I'm going to be transparent. So, you know, when you first get saved, you're like, you know, everything is great. You know, everything is, and you feel awesome. Everything is. And then when the minute something goes wrong, well, for me, the minute something went wrong, I reverted. And I'm like, well, I went back to my, you know, I stopped coming for a little while. I was having a pity party. But my mother, who I actually reconnected with, she has been talking to me, and she was telling me, you have to read, you have to engage, you have to stay in the Word. You can't just say you believe and then like pray and then still worry about it or whatever the case may be. You have to, you know, you have to put in work. It's not, He's gonna help you, but you have to put in the work. So I've been doing that. I've been reading, and I pray more. And before I would talk more so to like my friends and stuff, and I slowed down a little bit with that, and I just pray. I get on my face more. I get on my knees, pray, and that's what's helping me. I'm not alone. I don't feel alone anymore. I don't. I know He's what's holding me up. I know He's what's holding me up. My name is Alana, and I am a woman of Adonai.